Okay, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining our Tambor Cruise live discussion. Where today we're going to talk a bit more about the journey to the Tambor Cruise in Egypt. Okay. Um, Firstly, I want to introduce myself. For those who may not know, I am Jackie Zepherin. I'm one of the producers on this event. I'm so excited to be here with all of you. I see a lot of familiar faces, some new faces. It's been an extraordinary experience putting this together, and I'm excited that we are officially 63 days away from being in Egypt. Whoop, whoop. So yeah, with that, I'm going to turn it over to Stan. Let him introduce himself.
If you don't know me, my name is Stan Zeff, founder and curator, as people say, of the Tambor Party. It's been going since 2009. Moved into or started the cruises back in 2017, and I'm glad to say that continuing this special excursion, as it were, special experience. So sit tight and receive some great information over the next hour or so.
Okay. So with that, if you are here because you love house music, if you're here because you are a traveler and you're interested in going to Egypt, you are in the right place. Okay. Please extend the invitation to anyone you think may also be interested, a family, a loved one. We'd love to have you all be in Egypt with your loved ones. And for those who have already booked, you may have seen that we're doing a special referral gift offering to any guest who refers someone who also books on Tambor. And that's $200 per booking, per guest. So yes, take advantage of that. If you have not booked yet, you still have the opportunity. You can, you have two options actually. You can pay a deposit today, 50% down, and then pay your remaining balance on September 15th. We are still also offering financing for up to 2 years through an online provider called Uplift. We have a certified agent that's working with us. So let's say, you're short on cash or you just don't want to use your cash right now, you can still use that financing. Even if you still have a balance on your Tambor Cruise ticket, you can use that financing to pay off that balance. If you haven't booked your flights yet, you can use it for that as well. If you want to stay in Egypt a bit longer and do some additional, country hopping around, that's possible as well. If you would like more information on that, we'll have someone post Tony's information, who is our travel agent, and she can get you going with the financing. And we're talking about financing at a price as low as $96 a month. Okay, so let your friends and family know that they could literally go to Egypt for $96 a month. Now it is dependent on, a soft credit check, but we have guests who are on the cruise who are paying $96 a month for the next 2 years. That's about $45 every 2 weeks. Okay. So it's super affordable and accessible.
And also, you can pay it off before 2 years. You don't have to wait 2 years to pay it off. You can pay it off before with no extra penalty.
So. Yes. Okay.
And just looking at flights are quite cheap right now from Atlanta. You was going to cover that as well? Okay. I'll shut up then, shall I? Okay. I just saw that there's some flights from Atlanta, starting from $589 from Atlanta to Cairo. So that's on Egypt Air. So there's some good flights around at the moment.
So yeah, stay tuned to our Facebook page because we're posting those specials as we see them on the Facebook page, as well as the private group. You should have received an email yesterday or the day before yesterday, inviting you to our private Facebook group for all of our guests who have booked. We'll use it to post things like that. in terms of flight specials that are coming across our way. And we're going to talk more about flights a bit later, but we just wanted to give you the heads up that there are flights right now on Egypt Air from Atlanta at a very affordable price, as well as flights from Aswan to Cairo. There's 2 new schedules that have opened up on Egypt Air from Aswan to Cairo on October 22nd. I think,
29th.
excuse me, 29th, which is the last day of our experience. I think we posted that, yes, 2 days ago. Did you post it? No? Okay, we'll get it posted out there. But for those who, are still looking for flights, that is available now if you want to go ahead and book and not wait on a chartered flight. Okay, so with that, I wanted to open with the check-in process. I think Stacy, you may have raised the question about that. So I want to jump into how that works and what's expected of you as of today. We sent out an email on Monday talking about the check-in process and getting started with that. I'm going to share my screen because I know there've been some folks who are still having challenges with checking in. So I wanted to just do that with you while we're on the call, okay? So you can see, I also have a reservation book for myself, okay? So everyone who has booked, you should have received some sort of confirmation email from our booking platform, which is Easel, that has your reservation details. And then there's a button on there where you can go to check in. Okay. Can everyone see my screen? Can someone give me a thumbs up so I can know that you can actually see my screen? Okay, perfect. Thank you, Stacey. So the check-in process, there are a few things that we need from you today, not all of the fields, just some of the fields so we can verify the head count for the hotel and cabin accommodations. Okay. So what that means, you need to go in and make sure that your name is reflected the same way that it shows up on your passport. Okay, so no nicknames, no shouldn't put my real information in.
Exactly.
No nicknames, no sort of aliases or anything like that. You want to put your real information, okay? So that we can pass that along to the hotel and the ship management company. Okay. You also, oh, there's somebody trying to get in. Danielle, if you can admit people from the waiting room for me.
Stacey Augustine raised it.
I see. Stacey, did you have a question? I see your hand is raised.
I did. Thank you. When you scroll down more and the initial, the very first, a little bit above that, just a little bit, there's an initial arrival and departure request.
It should be off now. That what you should see for your flight details should just be these fields here at the bottom.
Okay.
Okay, because it was very confusing. So we had them put in custom fields for us because we have, those domestic flights within Egypt that we also want to account for. So what you should see now for both guests is your Cairo arrival flight time and flight number. Then there's the arrival flight time for Luxor, and then the departure for Aswan, and then the departure for Cairo. Okay, does that make sense?
Yes, thank you. That it was the initial 2 that I wasn't sure. I didn't know if you needed the US departure and then which arrival, because the other ones were delineated at the bottom. So, okay, but thank you. You cleared it all up.
Thank you for the question. We didn't realize that the booking platform had not hidden those until someone raised the question. So make sure you put in, again, we're talking about name and email for, excuse me. I got 1 second. Name and email address for your, oh, apologies, guys. I can't get back to the window where we were.
Listen, Jackie, as a teacher who taught math during the pandemic, I can tell you it's very difficult managing all these screens and stuff at the same time, okay?
Lost you guys there for a second. Okay. In terms of what fields we need from you, one moment, I was gonna share this. What fields we need from you. So when you log into your account by going through My Easel, please verify today that your name, your email address, your guest name, your guest email address, the passport details for you and your guests are plugged in, okay? As well as your t-shirt size. We need that today, okay? And the email address for your guests so that they can also receive email communications from our cruise management team, right? So if you have your email address in both fields, then your guest is not going to be notified, all right? You as the primary booker can update this information, or if you feel comfortable, you can share your credentials with your guest and they can go in and put their information. But for today, you need your name as it appears on your passport, your email address, your passport details, and your t-shirt size today. Are there any questions with that?
Once everything was filled out and it was saved, that's all the notification that we get. We don't get a notification that you guys received it. It just says saved and that's it.
Yes. So we will get the information if it shows the confirmation that it's saved, Sterling. Okay.
And for the fields that it won't allow you to get past, just put in TBC to be confirmed.
Correct. So every single field has to be populated. All right. Even if you put to be confirmed or TBC, right? And the reason is all of those fields are critical for our experience. We don't necessarily need them all today, right? But we do need some of them today. So the platform itself, it forces all of them to be populated. So your flight details, even the second line of your mailing address, okay? You have to go in and put data there as well. So you know how you have one line for your mailing address and then they'll have a second line if you have maybe an apartment number or a unit number, you have to put something there as well. So apologies for that inconvenience, and I appreciate everyone's patience, you know, the last 3 days as we've tried to, you know, get the platform up to speed to be able to support us making the updates. And as of the day before yesterday, everything should be resolved. I see there's a question from Leslie. You have your hand up?
Yeah, I just wanted to confirm that my middle name I should put with my first name because there's no middle name field.
Yes, that's a very good point.
Especially if it's on your passport.
Yeah, if it's on your passport, just put it in as your first name, with your first name.
Okay.
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 And this is Angie. One other question. When will we receive the detailed itinerary that shows, you know, dates and times of commitments?
So the loose itinerary is already on the website. It's on the homepage at the bottom. The detail with times will come out in September.
Okay. Thank you so much.
No problem. And that was Angela? Was that Angela speaking?
And Angela Harmon from Chicago, ready to go. Second cruise. Second cruise with you guys.
Yeah. That's awesome. Let's see. Any other questions?
Jackie, Alexis has a question. It looks like Alexis's shipmate is still not receiving notifications, but Alexis has already entered their information.
Okay, so Alexis, you're the person who booked the reservation?
Yes.
Okay.
Booked the reservation, paid for it, purchased the flight already, and now I'm listening to you guys and I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe I used your you know, the woman that's Sorry, her name is escaping me right this
Tony?
second.
Tony?
Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Mhm.
So we entered it together, but for some reason, mail is not getting, like I'll get stuff and I'll try to forward it to her, but she's not getting stuff.
So there are a
So
couple of things. Alexis, in your booking reservation, did you add your guest, her or his email address to the
I,
reservation?
bel I believe I did. We kind of walked through it with Tony on a Zoom. So I know she wouldn't let us not do it the right way. So I think we did it the right way, but maybe there's some kind of, I don't know if I can go back and correct it the way you
Yes.
said, because it's
Yes.
already done.
No, you can go back and correct it, and that's exactly what we want you to do. So there are
Okay.
two things that have to happen, right? The person who booked, so the reservation sits under your account email address, and
Right.
you have to share your credentials with your guest or roommate in order for them to log in. They don't have a separate login.
So
Okay.
they won't automatically get the emails, or, I mean, in other words,
It's
the
going to-
same. Yeah.
So the emails from Easel are just going to the primary booker, the person who actually purchased the ticket.
Oh, okay. I
The
see.
emails from Tambor we're sending to both guests, but the ones from
I see.
Easel, that includes like your monthly payment reminders or the reminders about checking in, right? That's just going to go to the primary booker, the person who
Okay.
actually reservation. Now, if you feel comfortable, you can share your credentials to log into Easel with your roommate.
Okay.
Or you can do it on her behalf. But yes, you
Okay.
can go in and update. And if you'd like, Alexis, if you just drop an email with your reservation number, and we can look in and see if there's something else going on with your account.
Okay. That'll be fine.
Okay. And the support email address is support@tamborcruise.com.
Okay.
Okay. Was there another question around the check-in?
Well, I'm actually arriving, I think, the day before, so I don't leave for Luxor until the next day. So
Okay. So you get there on the 22nd.
I think so. I think so. Have to double check, but yeah, I think it's just one day, like one day before.
Okay. Did you, so you've already booked your hotel accommodations?
Yeah, it's the one. It's like right next to the airport. Like when you get, I forgot what, but
Okay.
it's like.
Okay. If you would like to, and this is for anyone, if you'd like to come a day or two early, you can stay at the hotel that we will be using for the Tambor Cruise
It's in
experience
Luxor.
in Luxor.
In Luxor, right?
So
But go ahead, sorry.
oh,
I was
no.
just gonna say this was actually in Cairo,
Okay,
Yes.
so you're gonna stay in Cairo and then come to Luxor on the
and
20th.
then come to Luxor. Yeah.
All right, not a problem. Okay, any other questions around check-in? Okay, there was an email reminder that went out today about confirming those critical fields that I mentioned. Did everybody on the call receive that email? Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
all right. Does everyone understand? You have to get the details for you and your guests, or allow your guests to check in with your credentials and they fill out their own information. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Any other questions, concerns, thoughts?
I have a quick question, Desley.
Mhm.
I noticed on the email that said something about confirming the hotel
Yes.
information. Where do we do that? Because that's not in the check-in
No,
thing.
that's not the check-in. That's your reservation. So that's your actual, booking reservation that would have the line item for the cabin room that you selected. It'll have a line item for the hotel at Luxor, Aswan. If you got any excursions, or if you pay for like the hot air balloon, which I wanted to talk about as well. it would also be on that confirmation. Does everybody understand how to confirm
But
their
there's nothing
accommodation?
to check in as far as.
I was just about to ask that. How do we do that, Jackie? Because that's is that separate from this check-in?
Yeah, so this part is not a check-in. It's just verifying your booking reservation. Okay, so that's just you looking at your reservation saying, yes, this is the room I want. This is what I purchased. And that all of those details are correct.
And we see all that when we log in and go to our account, right?
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And so I was also mentioning about if you want to book excursions, let's say you didn't do it when you initially booked your ticket, you still have the opportunity to go back and book now. Can everyone see my screen? Okay, so I'm just on the excursions tab of the website. And if you scroll down, yeah, if you scroll down, let me refresh just so you can see it from the beginning. Okay, so if you scroll all the way to the bottom, let's say when you initially booked your ticket, you didn't know if you wanted to do some extra items, but you can do that now. You can select it from the excursions page. So let's say, for example, you want to purchase the cruise beverage package, which is essentially all alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages, unlimited, during all of your meals and when we have Tambor events on the ship. Okay, so you could go in, this is per guest, right? So that way you don't have to worry about keeping up with a tab. Tambor is providing the non-alcoholic drinks during your meals as well as during events. But if you would also like alcohol, you can purchase this package. This is not something that you can get there and decide to do. It has to be done up front because we have to give them the head count so they can get the supply in advance. Okay.
It doesn't mean to say that you can't buy alcohol without the package. You can still buy alcohol and it will just
Right.
be charged to your room. It's
Right.
like any other incidentals.
Right.
But it's a better deal if you get the alcohol package.
Then doing
So
both.
this package is for alcohol, but you said the
Right.
soft beverages are going to be provided.
Correct.
Otherwise,
Correct.
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
I do have a question on the hot air balloon excursion.
Mhm.
Is that a sunrise?
It is a sunrise. It is on day 2 of the cruise, which would be day 3. So that Tuesday, it's a sunrise hot air balloon. Stan and I did this a couple of years ago in Morocco, same time frame, you know, that early morning, like 4 a.m. And it is stunning. I cannot imagine what it's going to look like in Luxor. So yes, you would get picked up from the ship and taken to the site. Each balloon holds about 15 to 25 people. Was there a question?
No, I'm listening, but
Okay.
I'm waiting for you to finish.
Okay. I thought I heard someone saying something. Apologies. Each balloon basket holds about 15 to 25 people. And it's a small snacks and tea and that sort of thing also served with the excursion. The price also includes taxes and fees already. So yeah, I think it'll be quite breathtaking. It will be in Luxor. And like I said, it will be on day 2 of the ship, which is Tuesday.
Are there any restrictions as far as bringing your camera?
No.
I mean, it's perfect for taking pictures.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, yeah, I just wanted, because I was looking at some YouTube video and he said that some of them don't allow professional cameras. I mean, I have a DSLR. I mean,
Right.
I'm not going to say it's professional, but it might come across that way.
Right. We
You
took
know?
because we have one. Stan and I both have one, and we took them in Morocco. And Demetrius got some. Of course, he has some more professional.
Yeah.
He got some really good photos in Morocco during the hot air balloon. But yeah, you can take your camera.
Make sure you've got the strap round your neck all the time, though, just in case you drop it in it.
Right.
No, I'm not dropping my camera stand. You're right. You're
Got 200 feet, right.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Jackie, you have two questions about the add-ons. The first is even though folks can purchase an alcoholic package, are people able to bring beverages onto the ship themselves?
We're not able to bring beverages on because well, let me say this. We as Tambor can bring on alcohol, like if we wanted to give alcohol to the group, right? But as individuals, we're not allowed to am I saying this properly?
Not exactly. We can, the only thing you can bring on is, because they have to be careful with health and safety.
Right.
So if you bring any like bottled water and things like that, you can't do that because someone, it may have been opened before, you give it to someone else to have some water and they get food poisoning and then the ship's liable. The only thing they will allow is for wine if it's corked.
Right.
And they will charge a cork fee to open your wine and pour it out for you and stuff like that. So you can bring wine because it's sealed and corked, but anything else, no, you can't. We cannot.
And the second question is, how long is the balloon ride?
It's about 45 minutes.
Sorry, what was that?
45 minutes.
To an hour.
45 minutes to an hour.
You don't see that line.
What's right?
Victor, I see two hands up. I see Victor and Stacy coming in at the same time.
I think Victor's been trying to unmute,
Okay.
so we'll have Victor go first.
Okay.
Victor's got that big screen. He's sitting down on the couch.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we
yeah.
can hear you.
Yeah.
And
What about distilled water for CPAP machines? Can you bring distilled water?
The what?
for the CPAP machine.
Yes.
Breathing oxygen.
Oh.
For sleep apnea.
For medical, yeah. You can't use regular water because it's harsh on the machine.
Right.
So,
I'm sure that will be fine, Victor, but let me take a note to confirm if they purchase the water. Because again, what Stan was mentioning about, especially with contaminated water, and you could go to some places that may not sell proper water. And so that was a concern for the ship, but maybe they can provide something.
yes.
But we may need something from you just to say that you won't share it or anything like that, and it's using for health reasons. That should be okay.
Yeah.
But we'll confirm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm taking a note. Any other questions? Okay.
Yes, I have a question. The drink package would just be per person. So you don't purchase it together as a team. Okay.
Correct.
All right. Thank you.
Yes.
And you will have a special band on your wrist, so they will know that you've got the drink package. So they will only serve it to you because you will have that wristband, and you get that check in on the first day.
Okay. And did I also hear us talk about on the meeting before that we have to pay an additional $400 gratuity? When is that paid?
40.
Oh, look, that just made my day. Thank you. And when do we pay that?
Gratuities are paid when we board the ship.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Miss Jackie.
No problem, Mama Love. I'm glad it's not 400. But
and is that a cash gratuity?
They take cash. They take cash and card. Okay.
They like US dollars.
They do like US dollars. Cash makes it better for them because they don't have to, pay the fees. American Express is not allowed. And you'll see that in a lot of places.
Yeah,
not
pretty
just
much anywhere. They don't allow American Express anywhere. Visa, MasterCard is fine. But, or Cash App.
Stacy has a question for you.
I did a quick question about the add-ons. Do we go the add-ons like the boat ride, sailboat ride, and the hot air balloon, all these excursions? Do we have to be logged into our account? And what's the website to see our account?
Okay, so to book the excursions, you go to tamborcruise.com. Okay, that's where this is what I'm showing right now. This is right from the website. If you go to the excursions tab at the very top.
So we don't even have to be in our account to do it.
No, you have to do all purchases through tamborcruise.com. Okay, but let's say you want to make a payment or verify your reservation or, check in. That's when you go into your account at myeasel.com.
I think what she's asking as well is, so from the website, if you choose an excursion that you want to do, an extra excursion, you hit book now, that will take you to My Easel. And at some point it's going to ask you to log in, so it ties it in with your account.
So let me just show you while we have this up. So let's say, for example, you want to go ahead
and that is what I wanted to know, Zeff, because I was doing it right now, but I didn't see where it's tying it in. It's just asking me for credit card information, but I didn't see it tying it in.
It should have asked you for your
Next page.
email address, and let's say we're going to pay in full today.
No, it didn't ask me for an email address. It's asking for a mobile phone number and a mailing address, discount code, if applicable. And then it says save contact details.
Let me,
So that's exactly.
It's
I wanna book this little sailboat ride.
Yes, it's pulling up some of my information because it had my phone number in there. So let me just confirm that it is tied to the reservation, because it did pick up my actual phone number and account information, but it didn't show my email address and
I'm sure it does tie it in somehow. But
oh, you're right. I do see my cell phone number here populated already.
Yeah, but let me just confirm that before you do it.
Okay, I'll X out and then I'll wait. Okie dokie.
But I'll get that confirmed by tomorrow.
So quick question while you're waiting, these additional excursions, they don't coincide with the excursions that you guys have planned, right?
No, and when we talk about the itinerary,
Yes,
I'll show you
that's
what
what I
days
want to know.
they're available. They're available on Friday and Saturday, but they will not conflict with anything that we're doing. So you don't have to, have the fear of missing out anything.
Okay.
We made sure to not do that.
Okay.
Okay. So any other questions?
I have a question.
Okay.
Hi, it's Lynette. Hi, Jackie and Stan.
Hi.
Yes, I have a question.
I was asked to ask if anyone's not arriving in Luxor till like 2:40, 3 o'clock. How's the transportation to the hotel if they're arriving after 12?
We can still. It depends. Yeah.
So I'll say this: we can arrange transportation. Okay. We do have a set window of pickup times where we negotiated our contract per se. So you may have to pay an additional fee.
Okay.
If you're coming in too late.
Well, outside of that booking, I mean that slot, right? So, but let me just confirm. Let me take your name. You said it was for you or someone else?
Oh, no, actually, Sterling is Sterling.
Sterling, were you too afraid to ask?
It's your roommate.
Oh. Yeah, well.
Yeah, you need to pass that along.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. we're all family. We're all family here.
Right.
We're all family.
No doubt.
Come on, bro.
But yeah, that was the question. He's not coming in until 2:40, so he called me because he had other things to do instead of getting his behind on this meeting.
What you got to do? Come on, we're all family here.
Right.
I know. So yeah, that's my only question. And since I'm on here, I'm in the link in the email you sent this morning, the link's not working.
Which
the check-in link.
The
I'm on it now and I'm getting a server error. Maybe it's my end. I don't know, but it says nothing there, and it's the Easel homepage, and I'm getting an error.
Okay, I just dropped it in the chat. It just should
in the
be
confirm now. Okay.
Yeah, it's myeasel.com/login.
Okay. Okay, thank you. That's all for me.
Okay. And who is that speaking? I'm sorry, I missed your name.
Winette.
Winette. Okay. Good to hear you.
Hi, Winette.
Good. How you doing?
Good. So I'm taking
I have a side question. What I mean, it's going to be October. What is the average temperature, the weather going to be like during that time, so we can accommodate with packing properly?
And we're going to talk about that as well. But to answer your question, it is the desert. So the daytime high is around 94 with no humidity. And that's your peak time. So like 1 o'clock to 3:30, 4 o'clock, right? It can get as low as like 68, 69 at night and early morning.
Okay.
Now you may have noticed on the itinerary, most of our excursions start early morning.
Go for floor.
Most of them start early morning or the late evening, like 5, 6 o'clock.
For that reason.
For that reason. Okay.
Got it.
It's the cool time there. It's like winter. So
Yeah. I mean, when Stan and I were there 3 weeks ago, it was 115 degrees.
Whoa.
Yeah. And when we got back to Atlanta, we were like, oh, this is not that bad. You know, Atlanta's pretty cool. You know,
Right.
but yeah, it was 115. So
And what was the lowest that it got for you?
probably about 80 something. About
Really?
80.
at night.
Yeah.
Yeah, at night.
Okay.
They got good AC in the cabins.
Cool.
I can verify that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
No problem. And so going back to your question, Sterling, about arriving late. Okay. That's absolutely, fine. We encourage everyone to get there by 12 so that you can, connect during the welcome reception, and get your, get checked in, get your gift bag, get to your hotel, freshen up before we have dinner and the party and whatnot. Just for ease. And like I said, we booked a certain time window. It's not going to be astronomical in terms of paying additional for getting transportation, but we may not be able to get it under the same rate because it would be outside of the window. Okay. It'll be a nominal fee. I see questions from Claudia first, and then I think Stacy, you had another question. Oh, you were just stretching. Okay. Claudia, what's your question?
Hey, so me and my roommate Monique are coming in on Friday, and I know you talked about the transportation. So when are we going to get like information on like the extra?
I will send that out after my meeting with them tomorrow. Okay, so those are the things that I'm finalizing for that.
Okay.
For that window, outside of what we negotiated, what it would actually. But I do have you. I do have you documented as needing it. So I can.
Okay, great.
Yeah, so I can give them an estimate. So it sounds like on this call we have Sterling, and is it just you, Sterling?
Just me for.
Okay, and then
No, just me for. Is it just me for what?
Arriving at 2:40.
Oh, it's not me. It's apparently it's my roommate. I'm good. I'm be there 8:15 in the morning.
Oh, it's the.
Okay. We thought it was you.
Oh no. I knew that y'all would have rolled out the red carpet if it was me. I'm not even worried about that. No, I'm gonna be there at 8:15. My roommate is not gonna be there until 2:45. Ronald Turner.
Ronald, okay. Ronald.
Hello, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes.
Hello, hi. My
Hi,
name
Tina.
is Tina. Hi, it's Tina Marie. And good afternoon, everyone, family. I'm at work, sneaking in a call.
Okay, Tina.
So I'm gonna get there at 2:40 also. But they're gonna roll off the red carpet. Sorry to say, Sterling. So I want to find out, when is that carpet coming out? Because I'm getting there at 2:40.
I expect nothing less for you, Tina. I'm just saying, okay?
The A train is that way. Go down the steps. You're going to the A train or the airport? Down.
Did you move it?
She's talking to someone about the A train. She's at
Oh,
work.
okay. Oh, right.
I know that.
Claudia, I just wanted to scroll here to make sure I got your question answered. Other than needing the S couple days.
No, that was my question. And I wanted to, like the other lady, I wanted to do sailboat too, but I'll wait till tomorrow till you guys get that
Yes, I'll get that
looked into.
tomorrow. I just want to
Thank
make
you.
sure it ties back. It looks like it does, but I don't want to make any assumptions.
Okay, so I'll wait till you guys send out something before I book the sailboat
Okay.
one as well. Thank you.
Okay.
I have a quick question. I'm sorry. Danielle, in the chat, you put that you can get information and apply for your visa here, but then there's no link. Could you please give that?
Yes.
Thank you.
You're so welcome.
And while we're talking about visas very quickly, this is also on the agenda. But you can no longer get a visa on arrival at the airport if you're coming from certain countries, and the US is one, as well as the UK, France, Australia, and a few others. We've encouraged everyone to do it online anyway. I would not recommend that you show up and try to get your visa, because if it's heavily crowded at the airport, then
The lines are ridiculous.
Right. And in this case, effective September 23rd, it would no longer be an option.
First.
Huh?
Is it the 23rd or the 1st?
I thought it was the
It doesn't matter.
23rd.
It's before us anyway.
Yeah, it's
and
before
I
we-
think they've done that. They've made this change because of the lines. And October's a busy time in Egypt, so they want to cut down on lines. So that's why they're actually doing this.
Okay. So, guys, I just
quick question about that. Now, you said to do that, the visa window, like 30 days before the trip.
start doing it in September. You see, you want to do it within 90 days of you being there.
90 days, that's
right. So when you get there, you want to make sure you have 90 days on your, not 90 days, but enough time to accommodate you being in Egypt in October. So if you got your,
All I have on here is my room.
if you apply for your visa in, let's say September 1st, they say it could take up to 10 days. I've not seen it take more than 2. But even if it took 10 days, that would put you, mid-September.
Still plenty of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
I know we have a lot of questions, but there are some other things I want us to get through. So please do me a favor. If you have questions, put them in the chat. We are saving the chat. Okay. And we will go back and answer them either through the FAQs or email newsletter, or drop something in the Facebook group. But just, I do want to cover a few more topics.
And Danielle is covering the chat. So if there's a question that can be, she can cover in the chat, then she will answer within there as well. Is that okay, Danielle?
Absolutely. Already on it.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you. So with that, I'm going to bring up, let me close some of this. I'm going to bring up itinerary.
Excuse me. I'm sorry.
No problem.
My name is Tina again, and I was at work. I apologize for the, abrupt interruption, but what was the answer with regard to the 2:40 arrival? Because I couldn't get the answer. I didn't hear the response.
The answer is, Tina, that we will be able to get you transportation and an escort. It may be an additional price because it's outside of the window that we negotiated for the pickups. Okay.
Interesting. Okay.
We will be able to get you. It'll be a nominal fee if any, and they may accommodate us. I don't want to say what will happen. I just need to take it back and understand.
We will try our best for them to accommodate us so that there's no extra charge, but we'll get back to you and let you know.
Awesome sauce. Thank you guys so much. You're doing a great job. I'm so excited. I can't wait.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye. I'm gonna pull up my screen one more time. And if you can give me a thumbs up, if you can see it. Let me make it a bit bigger.
I can see it.
You can see it. Nice. Oh gosh, where'd it go? I don't see it now. There we go.
Just leave it.
Okay. Thumbs up. Can we see it? Okay. Thank you so much. So we've talked about the check-in. This is just, again, what we've already highlighted, just making sure today you go through, get the name, email address, passport, t-shirt size, and confirm your hotel accommodations. We're also going to post this on the FAQs in terms of when we need what information. If you have it now, go ahead and put everything out there in your check-in form. If you don't, that's okay. We do have dates that we've posted when we need things, all right? Keeping in mind that all payments are due by September 15th. We will also issue a medical waiver and liability release form for you to sign in September as we get closer to the event. And that just says you are approved by your doctor to travel if you have any sort of health or medical concerns, and that we're not liable if something happens to you. Okay, nothing will, but we just want to put it in writing. And make sure you get your emergency contacts updated. Okay, let me put this on one page. Okay. Let's see, we're at 155. So I'm gonna go through this a little bit quick today because it is on the website. If you go to the home page and scroll to the bottom, you will see the daily breakdown. And as I mentioned earlier, we'll post the actual times that's in the schedule in September. Okay, so day one, as I mentioned, we're going to start with a lovely welcome reception at our hotel in Luxor, which is the Steigenberger Ashti Hotel. That welcome reception is from 2 to 4, which is why we recommended that everyone get to Luxor by noon, and that will give you an opportunity to refresh, change, get ready for the welcome reception, and then, of course, dinner and the party. Okay, we're going to be right on the Nile River starting on day one, and we'll be at this hotel for one night and then picking up in the morning to go to, you want to talk about what we do the next day, Stan?
Go ahead.
The next day is where we actually board the ship. We will have breakfast at the hotel. We'll have daily announcements to kind of lay the land of what we'll be doing for the day. We'll check out, transfer to the ship. During our check-in, as I mentioned earlier, we will pay the gratuities, which is $40 per guest. You can pay in cash, it is welcomed, or you can use your credit card, excluding the American Express. On that first day on the ship, we have lunch and immediately go right after lunch into our first excursions, which are the Karnak and Luxor temples. We'll spend about 5.5 hours out visiting those temples. And that includes the commute to the temples as well as getting back to the ship. So we will, pretty much be out for the day from lunch until about an hour and a half, or no, about an hour before dinner. We'll get back and can refresh and have dinner and have our first party. Okay. Day 3, we start our Nourish Wellness activation. These will be 4 sessions that we have throughout the week. that we'll be doing to just help you kind of start your day with some movement, some breath, setting the tone for the intention for the day, and just really just kind of recentering and giving a quiet space. These wellness segments will be on the sun deck, which is at the top level of the ship. So we'll be able to catch some of that early morning sunrise. And so you'll see that featured as an early morning session throughout the week. And the schedule kind of flows as such. We'll have the Nourish available. You know, we want everyone to come. We encourage you if you can. I know some of the parties are starting really late, but if you can come, please do. And after the Nourish, we'll have breakfast.
Sorry, who was that?
It was an automated thing about recording. After breakfast, we'll go into our excursions, come back, we'll have lunch on the boat. On this day, we'll actually start sailing. So the first night we're docked, day 2 of the boat, which is Tuesday, we actually sail to Edfu. And then that afternoon and evening, we'll have Tambor parties. Okay. Again, day 4, same layout, Nourish, breakfast, excursion. We'll also be sailing to come on boat. And we're going to talk more about these excursions in a separate call. So we can give you more in-depth information about what's entailed. And day 5, we will be on the boat most of the day. We have some excursions that morning where we're going to Philae Temple, which is dedicated to Isis. And that afternoon, we're going to have a lovely day party, starting before lunch and then after lunch, and then after dinner as well. Day 6 is our last day on the boat. So we have breakfast, we disembark, we go to the hotel, which is our private island resort in Aswan. We'll get everyone checked in, get room assignments. Our luggage will be taken up for us. We will have a lovely catered lunch at the hotel, and then you'll have some free time. And that free time could be going to the market. We'll have guides, the guides who've accompanied us for the excursions.
Yeah.
Will also be available to take you to the market to do some shopping. So you can, have some hands-on advice on your bartering, in case you may not feel equipped to do so. And that's a 3-hour excursion. You don't have to pay for that one up front. You can decide and pay on the day of if you want. And then you can also do the felucca boat ride, which is a traditional Egyptian boat that will take you out to the Nubian village of Aswan. And I think they will cook like a little mini, not a lunch, but a light snack of some sort, and take you around Elephantine Island, which is where we'll be, and some of the sites around that area. I think there's a botanical garden also included in that. So that afternoon, you have a couple of different options. I think there's one more on here that's not really showing. Let me move this. I don't know if you can see, there's one more, the Philae Temple. There's a light and sound show at night. It starts at 7 p.m. It's 1 hour. We will visit Philae Temple the day before during the day, but this will actually be a night experience. I haven't seen it myself, but I heard it's really nice. So that's something that's also available on that Friday. And then after that, you're kind of on your own. You can rest up, prepare to just be ready to party the next day. You can go out and do some excursions and shopping. We recommend that I know this is going to be hard, but we recommend that you refrain from trying to shop during the week as we're going out to the excursions. Every time we step off the boat, we're going to be bombarded with vendors who are trying to sell us something. And you will notice throughout the week, a lot of it is the same stuff, right? And so just to maximize our time and keep everyone together, we ask that you wait to shop until the last 2 days. Okay, so you'll have pretty much
the reason
Friday.
Right, the reason for that as well is when we do the tours, we're on time scale.
Right.
So the guide will take you around the temple or wherever we are, and then they'll say, okay, you got some free time to walk around, which could be 30 minutes, 45 minutes. So in that time, you would probably want to walk around the temple, take pictures, and stuff like that. So when we're going back to the coach to take us back to the ship, walking back to the coach, that's where all the stores are, and they'll try and sell you shirts and artifacts and all this different type of stuff. You know, if you can wait till the end of the trip, then that's better, because you won't have much time to shop around, you know, especially if you see something you really like and you really want, then they're going to shoot a high price at you. And then you're like, no, that's too expensive, and you're going to halve it. And it was like, no, what about this? And they'll start this whole bartering thing. We've got to get back on the on the coach, you know. So just bear that in mind.
Thank you for that reminder. Okay, so that Friday, like I said, you'll have quite a bit of downtime to move around as you like. There's plenty to do at the hotel resort. There's sites if you want to go out, and if nothing else, you can just rest. Okay. And then on Saturday, that is our last full day in Egypt together. We will have a special Nourish segment by the river outside of the hotel. That one will be extended for 90 minutes. We'll also have breakfast that day. You have free time to go and do some other excursions if you'd like, or you can stay on the property grounds, getting ready for our big finale, which is the grand dinner reception. And of course, the finale closing party. That will be outdoors overlooking the river. It's going to be a lovely night. Also a full moon on this beautiful island. So we're super excited about that. And we'll close that night. And the next morning is when we will all, you know, take off to go back to our home destinations. Our transport will be available to pick us up from the hotel and take you to the airport. Breakfast will be available at the hotel. I know there's some folks who have some really, really early morning commutes to the airport, and I have a note to confirm what time breakfast will start being served. When Stan and I were in Egypt a few weeks ago, there were some hotels that we stayed at that started breakfast at 4 a.m., you know, because of you know, the people are coming in and out at so many various times.
And they will, at this hotel in Aswan, they will serve early, do breakfast earlier. It's just on request. One good thing about the hotels in Egypt, nothing's too much trouble at all. They'll accommodate us for anything. So if you're leaving early in the morning and you want to have breakfast before you leave, then I'm pretty sure breakfast will be set up for you.
Yeah. And that's why it's important to go ahead and put your flight information in, right? Because we're using your flight information not to just roll out the red carpet for you, but also
That as well.
that is key.
Yeah.
But also,
especially for Sterling.
and Tina Marie.
He gets a blue carpet, royal blue.
We want to make sure that we understand when you're leaving.
Victor as well.
We want to understand when you're leaving so we can, you know, accommodate with the airport escorts, for the transportation pickup, for things like the breakfast situation, so that the staff can be prepared and it's not something, you know, that they're scurrying around at last minute to do to accommodate us. Okay. So that's day 8. And then lastly, I wanted us to very quickly just kind of touch on, let me make this just a little bit bigger. Danielle, are you still on the call?
I am here.
Awesome. I was trying to make this a bit bigger. Can you see it okay? Or do I need to?
That's okay. I've got a copy over here on my screen for me to use. Can everyone else who's on the call, can they see it?
Yeah, that's better.
Can y'all see it?
Is that visible for everyone? Or do I need to make it bigger? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Thumbs up. Okay. So Danielle's going to talk a bit about wardrobe considerations to make in preparing for this trip.
Yes. Hey everyone. Okay, so this trip, as we know, is the trip of a lifetime. So everything that we're doing is connecting to some sort of intention and overarching theme that we'll have for you all every day on the trip, right? So it's almost like we're kind of building, the journey, and kind of like doing a little bit of storytelling, so to speak, as we move through each day. So you'll see the theme is going to be incorporated into the excursions that we do. You'll see the theme through the different, temples in the region, even in the wellness sessions that we have in the morning. The theme is going to be woven throughout that. So this theme every day is going to come up multiple times throughout the day. And another place where you'll see the theme showing up is going to be in our wardrobe. So we want to have as much fun as possible, and really use the way that we adorn ourselves, our clothing, to further support and sort of, charge us up energetically in alignment with the theme for every day. So in the spirit of sharing some details, because I know y'all want to do your shopping, y'all want to start thinking about what you have, taking a look in your closet so that you can plan and prepare. We want to share with you all some of the things that you'll want to start being on the lookout for as you plan, to pack in a couple of months. And so I know Stan mentioned on a couple of calls ago that he wants us all to be fly, brothers included. So this is like everybody get involved kind of energy. And in terms of colors that you want to think about and bring. So on the first day, we're going to have, our first event of the day, we're going to have everyone wear blue. So think about, water, energy. Think about, when you think about blue, think about the Nile River. And so let your clothing and your attire be inspired by where we are, the Nile River. Another day, we're going to have everyone wear red and white. And so for this particular outfit, whatever shade of red, floats your boat. And we will be outside during an excursion for this one. So, think about cottons, think about clothing that's going to be cool, maybe linens, because we will be outside in the Egyptian heat. And another day will be the greens and turquoise. So again, just think about a color palette, right? So any shade of green that works really well for you. Turquoise is also included in that. And for this outfit, we will also be outdoors. It won't be an excursion. We'll be on the boat for this one, but it will be outside. So again, when you think about the materials that you're choosing, you just want to plan accordingly, because like Jackie said, it can get up to 115 degrees. We're also on one of the days going to have you wear some combination of gold, silver, white, and black. So if you want to take that and say, you know what, I'm going to do black and gold, that works perfectly. If you're like, I'm going to do all white, because, we love all whites, right? If you want to do all 4 of the colors, or just 3 of the colors, or just 1 of the colors, like any combination that works well for you, that feels good for you. But those are the colors that you'll need to wear. And one of the days, right? Because like we said, the themes, they're connecting us to the energy of the land. They're connecting us to the excursions that we're going to. It's this like fully immersive journey. And so for one of the days, this will actually be at night, during the party, right? We're going to connect with the energy of the theme by wearing attire that is, you know, warrior inspired or tribal inspired, whatever that means to you. You know, if you want to take like body paint and face paint and go all out, if you have material that you've gotten from maybe other travels, or you want to go get a full costume, like this is definitely an opportunity to just be playful, to really tap into when you hear the words warrior, when you think about like dressing tribally, this is the time to like go all out and fully play. And so we'll definitely also have a visual vision board that we'll be sharing down the line as well, just to give inspiration. But don't feel like, oh, this is going to be too much. I'm doing too much. Like if you feel like it's doing too much, you're just right. You're right on target. You'll also, for one of the days, we're going to have everyone, brothers, sisters, everybody wear crowns. Okay. So again, we'll have a visual vision board for you to see what that means, but think royalty, think regal, like how are you going to adorn your head with a crown? One of the other days is all about what it is that we see and how we see and interpret things. And we're going to play on this by adorning ourselves with eyewear. Okay, so this could take on so many different shapes, right? This could be, you know, if you want to wear like the face jewelry, or the different like jewels that you I'm going to show my camera for this, just so y'all can see what I'm saying real quick. Just as an example, can y'all see me? So for example, like if you want to, again, go all out, like you can do some like face jewelry like this, for example. It could be as extravagant as that. You could take something as simple as taking your eyeglasses, right? Like taking some eyeglasses, you're going to wear your eyeglasses. Maybe you want to deck them out. Maybe you just want to keep it simple, wear your eyeglasses, and then everything in between. So we're going to have, again, we're going to have visuals for you all to get you inspired, but we wanted to get the wheels turning in terms of, how you can start preparing for this. Okay. So you want to have that. Another day you will want to, so one of the days we're going to have y'all wear an outfit where the name of the game is creativity, right? And so it's all about how you can dress and bring your creativity without buying anything new. So for this particular day, one of the outfits is going to be, you're going to put together this outfit, but you haven't gone to the store or gone online and bought anything new. You're going to take what you have in your closet and, recycle that and show us what you got. And then for one of the nights, we're going to have everyone wear formal wear. So, on a traditional cruise like Royal Caribbean or Princess, for example, they usually have like a formal night where folks get really jazzed up, super dressed up. We're probably going to be doing that a lot of the nights, but definitely one of the nights you want to come like in your formal wear. Okay. And on that night, because everyone's going to be looking so beautiful, so handsome, we're going to have individual photos where you can take, a professional picture and then purchase it if you'd like. And so the grand finale dinner and closing party that Jackie and Stan have been talking about, that's going to be under the full moon. That's the party where we're going all out. Like we're wearing the crowns, we're wearing the golds and the silver, the black and the white. Like that's the part, like that last finale before everybody gets on that plane and goes home the next day, where we're just gonna dance our hearts out. That's where you're gonna wear your crowns and everything. One of the days we're going to have t-shirts for you all that we're going to provide, and we're going to have a day where, at least for the first half of the day, we're going to have all of you, everybody wear the t-shirt at the same time. We'll take pictures and all of that. And in terms of bottoms, just wear whatever's comfortable on the bottom. You'll want to be comfortable that day. Also, keep in mind, we do have 4 of the Nourish sessions, which are the wellness. Those are the early morning wellness sessions. And so We'll be outside during the early morning. And so you'll just want to dress comfortably, whatever that means for you. As you're taking a look at the itinerary and packing, keep that in mind as well. And then bring comfortable shoes, because we will be doing some walking, of course, during the excursions. We've got about 6 days of where we'll be walking. And something to note and keep in mind, like we won't be necessarily walking on, pavement, right? Like it's going to be dusty, it's going to be sandy. So just think about that as you're preparing your shoes as well. You really want to have some good supportive shoes. So that's just again, overview. We're going to send these details out where you can know, okay, on day 1, this is what it is. On day 2, for this party, this is what it is. But we wanted to give you something today so that the wheels can start turning. And we'll give you those visuals. We'll give it to you in written form so that you all can start to plan and prepare.
Danielle, thanks for that. Just touching back on shoes. When I was over there, there were people wearing open toe shoes and sandals, but I think sneakers are probably your best bet, or walking shoes for the tours.
Yeah, I did both. I had my flat gladiator sandals, very good bottoms, and then sometimes I'd wear my sneakers as well. But just
I'm gonna need 100 suitcases.
yes. At least 2, and then 1 to shop. So yeah, just keep that in mind.
There is a question that I'm seeing as I'm going back through the chat about women and needing to be covered. So when we're on the boat and when we're partying and when we're doing our thing, you come however you want to be, like whatever that looks like and whatever that means for you. When we're doing the excursions, you want to prioritize comfort because the photo opportunities are just going to be huge, just in terms of everything that we're going to see. As Stan said, you do want to come fly, but there aren't any formal like rules or dress codes around women needing to be covered or dressed a certain way. These are temples, so you want to be respectful. You want to have a bit of modesty, but there aren't any hardcore rules or regulations, like if you're traveling to the UAE, for example. So I just wanted to address that question in the chat.
Thank you. And I think Lori had her hand up.
No, it was around the dress code for women, specifically when you're off the boat and in the hotels.
Okay. Were there any other questions about wardrobe? As Danielle said, we're going to have vision boards in Pinterest that are coming out soon. We'll also have, the detailed breakdown of each day in terms of the theme and the wardrobe recommendations that we'll start sending out early September.
If it's really hot, I just put in there, do you think tank tops and shorts are appropriate?
They're appropriate, yes, especially when we're on the boat. Okay, and my only hesitation is when we're off the boat. So keeping in mind, on the boat, it's all Tambor, right? And the staff. There's nobody else but us. Off the boat, when we're going to these excursions, we're with everybody else, all the vendors, all the other tourists, whatever. So just being mindful of that. We're gonna get a lot of attention just because we are a large group of mostly African Americans coming to this place, and we're gonna get a lot of attention. So I like to cover like most of my skin in light clothes. I find that to keep me cool. It may not for others. Sometimes when my skin is exposed to the sun, it makes me hotter, quite frankly. But dress according to your comfort.
I don't think anyone will actually say anything to you.
Right.
You're dressed inappropriately. I think the main things is a hat.
Yeah.
A hat for the sun. Bring a sun hat. You can buy hats out there as well, but bring something that's that you like, and also sunglasses. You know.
And those are good points. That we're also going to have a checklist of things to pack, things to keep in your carry-on bag as you're navigating, the airport. Things you want to keep on you, and then things you'll need as we go out, during the day. And so we're putting together a checklist to help you with that.
You guys got me so amped up with these themes and everything, and just us as family, house lovers, Tribe Tambor, coming together on such an extravagant level, and all the effort and attention that you're putting into this. Wow. Yeah, I'm really loving this already, and I'm still in New York.
Yeah. Thank you, Sterling.
Thank you, brother.
Yes, we will be sending out these docs. We'll either put them on the website itself or put them in the private Facebook group. If you have not already, please join the private Facebook group. You should have received an email on Friday or Thursday inviting you to the Facebook group. If you did not, send an email to support@tamborcruise.com and we will get you a link over so that you can join the group. We will also post, pertinent information in that group for just our guests. Okay. Any other questions, thoughts?
We're over time. We don't want to keep you longer than we have to. So
thank you all for your patience.
Hi, Angie
attention.
T.
Hey, Angie. Thank you, Danielle, for your support.
Hey guys, there's a pool on the ship for swimming.
Yes.
Yes.
Top deck.
There is a pool on the top.
Why are we talking about that?
What was that question, Lisa? Was that Lisa?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, there is a pool available at both hotel resorts as well as the ship.
And the Nile.
And that no, we don't recommend you jumping in the Nile River.
And for there aren't any more alligators in the Nile anymore. They stop them from going in the Nile. So at the border.
That's a joke, right? Right, Stan?
No, I'm serious.
That was funny at the border. So what, customs came and took all the crocodiles out of the Nile?
Oh, right.
Crocodiles.
There were crocodiles in the Nile.
Because of the dam that they put up, they're on the other side of the dam now.
Yeah, they're on the border. So they don't come into Egypt at all.
I see a bunch of questions coming through now. I promise we're going to save these and get them answered. We'll put them in the FAQs. If you have any other questions that don't make it to the chat, feel free to send them to support@tamborcruise.com. We will follow up in the FAQs. For the folks that I said I'd reach out to you specifically for some of your items, I will do that this week. Okay. Next week, we'll have a call. Danielle is going to be gracious enough to lead that call for us. Stan and I will be traveling, but she will lead that call for us next week. And you guys be as sweet to her as you have been to us. And she'll continue the journey with you for the next week. Okay.
Excellent. Thank you all. Thank you both, everybody, Danielle included. I appreciate each and every one of you. I can't wait for us to get together. The clock is ticking. 60, what'd you say, 63 days?
63, I think, today.
Wow. Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, Leia.
Is Leia on?
Yeah, there she is. I didn't see her.
Okay.
Okay. All right, everyone.
All right. See you
That's all
later.
for today. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Have a good day, everyone.
Hey, Dan.
Eric Smith. Bye.
Toodaloo.
All right, everybody have a good day.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
you too. Enjoy your Sunday.
No doubt. Fort Greene, headed to Fort Greene.
Oh, is it on today? Okay.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for everything.
Thank
Most
you.
welcome, Tina.
Yeah, you fired.
Peace, everyone. Enjoy your Sunday.